What's up, everybody? This is Rama Sabacon back at you with another appearance on Explore Wild VA. So today we're at Rockwood Park. We're gonna do a little hike here, visit the nature center. I'm actually putting together multiple days. I went out a couple days to Pocahontas Park, quick visits. I actually got rained out both days. Well, one day I got rained out, and another day that I was rushing and I didn't get to go too far in. So gonna just put that into the video. I caught a few cool things that I wanted to share, but I wanted to go through the nature center that I've been meaning to come to here. I have some nice trips coming up, one this weekend, so not expecting a whole lot today. Just wanted to try to tick off some spots off of the list that I wanted to do hikes on. And this was one of the ones. Wasn't a great hike, but I really wanted to show out the nature center that they have here. So come along, see what we find. So I'm at the Rockwood Nature Center. Actually stopped in briefly to take a peek and introduce myself before I started coming in and taking video. Came here a couple weeks ago. They actually weren't open. They're only open 3 days a week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Seems like a really cool place, very informative. Seems like they do group presentations with live animals. I think it's a little thing over there, a little platform with seats and little deck where they have the animals that they show, like different snakes and things like that. I'll walk by there after I go inside, but definitely will come back here in the summertime. But I'm gonna walk inside and just show you some of the setups. Definitely would recommend coming here and checking them out. It's not full-blown zoo, not like they have a totally huge inventory of animals, but they have some cool things that you get to learn about. Nice clean exhibits. So I think this exhibit there is a eastern rat snake. I had searched earlier, but couldn't find it. It's a little too much decoration. He's probably hiding really good in there. But those rat snakes, you can see those all the time. This exhibit was actually pretty cool. It's probably my favorite exhibit here. This is tree frog exhibit, and I may have to do one of these at the shop. But they have this sign. Can you find 3 gray tree frog, 1 green tree frog? You found 1 squirrel tree frog. I found the green tree frog and I found 1 gray tree frog. I'll go real slowly to see if you guys can see it before I tell you. But the thing about these tree frogs is they stay perfectly still and they rely on their camouflage and lack of movement. But 1 green tree frog is right over here, and this is the gray tree frog, which I have those in my backyard. I haven't found a green tree frog back there, but I found one not too far from my house. Actually at a shopping center. I was going inside the door. Actually, last couple that I've seen, I was just going inside a random shopping center and they were on the door. That's pretty cool. Over here, the marble salamanders. These is what I've been pretty much catching lately everywhere. But very common salamander around here. You typically won't see them walking around. You're gonna have to flip a log or something to find them, but they're pretty common throughout Virginia. This one I think just had some ferns. I don't think anything was, some giant millipedes. I've actually found several of these, usually in the mountains and locally at some of the parks. I heard they're good to put in terrariums to help keep the bio active, keep everything bioactive. They eat some of the dead matter. I don't know if that's completely true or not, but gotta do some more research on those. But pretty cool when you find them. They're actually about this size, biggest I've seen. And this tank, something I did not see, but I've been seeing a lot of them before it got cold. Eastern copperhead. Probably gonna be impossible to find it right now with all that vegetation. But I think I saw a sign outside said watch out for them. They like to be found in very dry areas. There's actually a shed. Interesting story. I've been in my house for 3 years, and all my neighbors said that well, not all, 2 of my neighbors said that they've seen copperheads. I've never seen one in my yard, and I think that's because we have a big black rat snake that we have in our yard, and black snakes usually eat the copperheads. This guy was out earlier. Looked like he went back to wherever he hides at. This is king snake, a lot of people's favorites, but looked like he went back in. Really cool. I've been looking to find some scarlet king snakes. Haven't found one of those yet, but eventually we'll come up on one of those. But the king snakes are always the apex predator. You have to give them a lot of respect for that. They eat almost every other snake. What I found, or what I've heard, you catch these mostly by the water, by the river's edges. They're gonna be very common. He's not out, don't think he's coming out. Over here, just had some box turtles. Before it got too cold, these guys were out everywhere. This guy, I'm assuming it's a male because of the red eyes. He actually looks pretty friendly, looking at me. Probably looking for some grub. Don't have any worms for you, buddy. Eastern milk snake. I don't think you'll find those in the Richmond area, but if you go out to the mountain areas, they're gonna be a lot easier to find. I've only found one time. It wasn't the most colorful milk snake, but at the time I wasn't too knowledgeable of snakes, and when I found it, I wasn't sure if it was a rattlesnake or a milk snake, so I didn't pick it up and eventually got away. Over in this exhibit, I saw a bunch of just cherry shrimps. It's advertised as a crayfish tank. I think I may have mentioned in the last video. I still haven't confirmed it, but I heard that there's 37 species of crayfish in Virginia. Most people wouldn't know that at all. This big guy, just a red ear slider. See these guys everywhere in the water. All the lakes, often crossing the roads. But he's just chilling out right now, getting some good UV light. Cool setup. I like the way they designed it with just regular stuff. One thing I like doing, and I'm a big advocate of, is I'm not for buying expensive aquarium accessories. A lot of times you just find something in a common Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can rig it up and make it work. Make it look nice too. Probably would have painted this black, but I think it just looked good. Maybe something I actually may even try for reptile exhibits as far as a top. This is a really cool spotted turtle. I think they're endangered in Virginia. I was just telling Courtney, the woman that works here, went out to South Carolina. They were literally everywhere. Really cool turtle. Too bad they're not too common, but I think these are all rescues. They don't go out and collect these. Don't know much about these, whether they're omnivorous. There's a bunch of guppies in the tank. I don't know if that's for food or whether it's just to clean the tank and extra fish for movement. Looks like they have some inaccuracies in here. But I'm imagining the spotted turtles don't get very big. Yes, they only say 4 inches. So I'm assuming this guy is full grown. Guy or girl. Southern mud turtle. These are very common. I see these all the time. I think we have like 2 or 3 species of mud turtle. Maybe the loggerhead, maybe the southern mud turtle. They don't get very big either. Almost like little tiny snapping turtles. But very cool. This tank had another spotted turtle. He's camping out on top of his log. And over here, this is just a eastern river cooter. Get pretty big. These are common, but I would imagine these ones are a little bit more private. I think you see these in a lot of the lakes, but they don't let you get too close, or they don't venture too far out from the lake. I don't typically see those on a regular basis. Over here, I think this is a in progress exhibit. Oh, down here is your red corn snake. That looks like a full-grown adult, but he's hiding. That's another one on the list that I want to try to find one day. They're not too common around this area, so we got to go out to the mountains. And last but not least, what kind of got me into doing the YouTube video is rough green snake. Apparently you have rough green snake and smooth green snake, but what I heard is you typically will mostly see the rough green snake. I'm not sure the exact difference. It's supposed to be like a very slight difference, but I've literally seen a bunch of these lately. And see if you guys can spot the guy before I point him out. Do a couple more takes. Don't cheat. But yeah, he's right there. That's typically how I find them. Just kind of like an outlier green. Common eye is typically not gonna see them, but when you look for something that's standing out, they typically will. I heard they have really good visions. Really good vision, they can see you pretty good. But I think they just lay very still and don't do much movement, so most people are just gonna pass them by. Real cool, real nice nature center. Definitely recommend checking it out if you're in the Chesterfield area. I'm gonna do some hiking, see if I can find these salamanders. I just wanted to point this out. Taxidermy of a really fat squirrel. I don't think I've seen one that big. Hawks in my backyard would love him. But yeah, I'll check out some hiking over the next hour before I have to do my next account. Talk to y'all later. All right, everyone. So just started my hike over here at Rockwood Park. They have a extensive loop. I'm probably gonna try to walk maybe no more than 2 miles, have someplace I have to be in a couple hours. I actually just planned it out, kill time. I did some work this morning and I have a couple hours to spare. I wanted to try to catch a park to do a little video on, take a little hike. And I thought I would come out to Rockwood Park. Like I said, I came out here maybe 2-3 weeks ago. First time I ever been out here. I actually heard about this place, but never really had any plans to come out here. And looked around. Fortunately, I think I didn't find too much. It was really dry that day. We had a really good rain last night, so hopefully we'll see some stuff. This was actually the first place in Central Virginia, not being in the mountains, that I actually found a northern slimy salamander. Cool little. I've seen a lot of these lately. And there he goes. Definitely don't want to touch those, but I believe that's a centipede. I'll look that up. Again, I'm learning about a lot of things. No problem admitting. Try to learn things as I go along, get the proper identification of them. Hopefully these videos is an education for everybody, but if I mislabel something or speak on something that's not correct, feel free to, there's another one. Feel free to, oh, looks like a redback salamander. I know these guys are predatory, I'm assuming that they don't bother salamanders, but we have a redback salamander. These guys are pretty much everywhere. These are the first salamander that I became acquainted with. But as we always do, make sure you flip the log back, allow them to crawl back safely underneath the log. I imagine we're going to find a lot of salamanders today in the hike. Hopefully we can come across something don't typically see. Just doing a brief. This actually wasn't the main place I was looking to flip. I was actually walking to see if I could find it. They had a cool sign somewhere around here. I think it's over here. I guess watch out for venomous snakes. I thought that was pretty cool. Imagine this looks like prime copperhead territory. So definitely I don't have to worry about too much today since it's about 50 degrees. I doubt I'll find any snakes out. But when I first saw this, I got a nice little laugh on that. But come back out here when it's warm, we'll probably be able to see some copperheads. For some reason, I see copperheads all the time, so they're not really too appealing to me. I've never been really big into venomous snakes like some people. So always good to view them, but I'll take my chances just working with the non-venomous snakes. But gonna start the trail. Not gonna show the whole hike. I will start trying to find a way to, because I use an app to measure how many miles I walk on my hikes. I'm gonna find a way to start sharing that into the videos. I've been walking typically about at least 12 miles a week. So not only is this YouTube journey helping me to learn and see a lot of the animals that got me started into what I do, both professionally and I see a lot of these beetles too. Sorry, I get distracted, y'all. But the hiking is definitely good to keep you in shape. I will be 43 next month, and I always felt young for my age. I'm very active. I do a lot, the marathons. I used to box. I used to do kickboxing. Always been a gym rat. But as you get older and you have kids and life and business, you start to get a little slower. Your bones start to get a little bit more brittle. That's what's going on lately in my life. So when I used to have no problem getting up and running 5 miles, now I don't really have too much motivation, but doing the hiking, I can easily do 4 or 5 miles and not even think about it. So again, I'm gonna probably cut this right now and start searching around and come back to you when I find something. Just flipping this log and found this red belly snake. He's actually really docile right now. Still pretty cold. So he, or she, doesn't have a lot of energy. Just gonna flip this log back. Go under, out of the way. My workout on. Flip this big log and found this skink, I guess, trying to go into hibernation. Hopefully it didn't disrupt it too much. Again, I'm just gonna put it back and allow her to go back by the way. This little swampy area. Missed a little larvae salamander, not sure what type. I was just walking around and saw this little cricket frog, whatever type of ground tree frog this is. I wanted to share it with you. We'll leave him be. And right as we, ooh, fast guy. I want to say this is a old mature redback, but pretty big. Maybe grab it, leave it be. Just gonna move him out of here. Very salamandery area, very moist and wet. Pretty sure there's gonna be lots more. I know if this was warmer time of the year, it'd probably be a ton of mosquitoes over here. And be very careful, because sometimes when you step in certain places, they'll sink into the mud. Always have to test out the ground before you walk on it when it's wet. But nothing over there. So far, just getting started. Coming across quite a few things. So, got a feeling may get lucky and find something nice and interesting. But let's move on to the next. Over this log. I believe this is a 2-line salamander. Very common, something you see all the time. I have a ton of these in my backyard. Again, not the most spectacular salamander. Look like he has a stubby tail. One reason why I kind of showed this guy is just to show you guys, don't discriminate against the smaller logs when you're looking for animals. It's I was walking by and thought the log was pretty small, but something told me to kick it over and see. So sometimes small logs and stones may have something interesting underneath them, so just wanted to share that. All right, so I'm about halfway into my hike. Well, actually a little bit over halfway. I'm at 2 miles into the hike. This is an area that I came to before. Came near the stream. Just wanted to share this little rocky area also. Little stream, close to a residential area. Not many places to flip over here. I just thought it was very scenic and quiet. It's again in the summertime, imagine it's much nicer. Just a disclaimer, I don't want everybody to think that this is a salamander finding video or channel. It's just the seasons. This is a hiking, wildlife, adventure that I document. Different things that I find. Those big Cujo dogs over there. But yeah, it's just the season right now. The only interesting amphibians, reptiles that we're gonna find during this season is going to be salamanders. So from now until spring, that's pretty much gonna be most of what I'm out trying to find when I'm out on my hikes. So just want to put that disclaimer out there. But yeah, it's nice, beautiful little stream in a residential area. Remember, it's not too many places to flip over here. I looked up these plants and I forgot the name, but they're really cool. I've actually grabbed some for terrariums. They had really nice natural color. So let's look these guys up. Actually just grabbed some last hike that I went at Pocahontas. Really cool. Funny how certain things you don't even notice until most of the leaves and greenery is falling with the season. And then you start to see certain things stand out. They kind of, I guess they're more on the evergreen side, so they stay green year round. So always going to point things like that out, not just the animals that I found. I've been seeing a ton of squirrels over here. Probably need some foxes or some owls to come keep the population down. They're all over the place. Come back when I find something a little bit more interesting. So finishing up the trail here at Rockwood Park in Chesterfield, Virginia. Didn't come up with too many species of salamanders. Wasn't even though we had a really good rain, didn't come across a whole lot of stuff, but I did get some really good information on where to find some red salamanders. So probably not the next hike, but I gonna try to get out there in the next 2 weeks and hopefully find one of those target species of salamanders. But either way, got a nice little hike in today. Heading to my vehicle and gonna be off. I'll be back with you guys soon on another adventure. See you later. Peace.